Well, here it is. Welcome back, guys. This is the truck you guys have been asking for. This is the one that was at Power Stroke Specialty, powerstrokehelp.com. If you guys have been following the internet, you know who our comrade, our our collegiate, if you will, our Power Stroke guru in the Georgia South. And now that truck has made it up to me and is local from my area. And 2 years later, he has a problem. We're going to show you what it is, why it came in. All right, guys, let's check it out. All right, everybody, thanks for coming back and checking us out. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Smash it right there at the bottom. Today, we're working on this 0460 F350, and this is the state of events. It came in for surging while it was driving, and what I actually found was a number 5 fuel injector that was misfiring. So, after reading everything that they did, and I will say that their repair orders, every Ford part number was listed. It was documented in a brief description what that part was, not just the part number. I like it. It was nicely itemized. I can appreciate that. And also, I can appreciate when these trucks come in. Now, you guys understand what Bill does down there. Completely demolishes these things and brings them back to a better than new state, or better than how it came in. And a lot of times when people take this stuff apart, they don't put everything back where it's supposed to be. The clips and harnesses, how they're oriented down here on the top. Everything that I have found on this truck has been put back exactly where it's supposed to go. I'm pretty impressed because I have never seen his work or a truck that he's worked on, let alone the job that was done. And from what I understand, it was a cab off, so a lot of what you see here would have had to have been removed. So harnesses here, clips over here. That's not an original clip. That was added on. This is not original. That's what it's supposed to be. So those were swapped. We got clamps. Everything was oriented right. Everything looks good. We have zip ties so the fuel line fittings don't slide down. Even the engine coolant temp sensor electrical twang on the harness is plugged into the intake. So I mean, for me as a technician and getting vehicles that are brought in who you've known have taken them apart or just in a disarray, for as old as this is, 300,000 miles, and this has had some extensive repairs, and I can appreciate it being put back together like it is. So Bill, Mikey, we want to talk to you, Mikey, but I think what we're going to do now, it came in and I noticed it was rough running. It had a 275 cylinder contribution down, and I buzz tested the injectors. Click, 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 click. Everything clicked. It sounded nice and crisp. So the only other thing left really is something mechanical going on with the engine, or something mechanically going on with the fuel injector. So after doing the relative compression test, no leak down across any of the cylinders, I am going to go ahead and replace this number 5 fuel injector, and that is going to be on the passenger side. We have, remember, bank 1 always, it starts as number 1, but the 60 goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got the odds, we got the evens. Third one back, passenger side, and the part number for that is a 4 Charlie 3 Zebra 9 Eddie 527 ARM. That is a reman. So let me get set up, and we're gonna start tearing this stuff apart, pretty much like riding a bike. I haven't taken this stuff apart in quite a while. Don't get too many 6 liters, but the last one I had was a single alt. We got dual alt, kind of inhibiting some of the fasteners right here. But yeah, 6.0s, here we go. All right, so one of the first things I'm gonna do is gonna take this charge air cooler tube off. I got two 11s. Gonna be working around this coolant filter, but got 11 here, 11 there, and I'm gonna just try to weasel this thing out of here. I haven't had to grab these combo of tools in a while. She's stuck. All right, let's check this one here. It's probably gonna be a buzzard too. All right, let's slide this clamp off. All right, that's off there and loose. That's loose off the intercooler. Come on, buddy, just pop loose. It's coming. It's coming. All right, we'll save that. Keep that upstairs. I'm just gonna slide this pipe off. Look at how smashed that pipe is because of the dual alternator. You think that is a good flow from the factory? That is just stupid. If you didn't have dual alt, the pipe would have been the same size all the way through here. That's kind of crazy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. Well, you wouldn't if you didn't have dual alternator. Damn, that's a lot of bow, you know what. All right, now we're gonna have to dissect this a little farther, and we're going to take the glow plug module relay off. Well, control, I should say, not relay. Got a bunch of 10 millis. Gonna go ahead and take this off. We got dual alt connection and glow plug. And this one's the glow plug, so we'll put this one back down on here so we don't lose the nut. We're gonna take this 10 milli off. Right there. Looks like it's newer. All right, let's differentiate between these two. All right, there's our glow plug harness. All right, maybe get this dual alternator wiring out of the way. Yeah, I'll just do that, get that out of our visual. Okay, we need to take the ICP disconnected. Boom. All right, we have one more 10 mil, and it's on the belly side of the module right here. Do something like this. Now I gotta go on a search and rescue. Where's the old nooks and crannies on this girl? I found it. Where's it at? I see it. Magnet going in, magnet connected, socket now on the ground. Okay, let's try that again. Usually I'd put my arm right through here, but this freaking coolant filter's in the way. I might have to get this one by hand. This might be a little bit of a trickery. Think I got it? Yeah, I thought I saw the ratchet come up. Didn't seem very tight though. Didn't break it loose. Didn't hear that crack. All right, once those 10s are out, go ahead and might have to manipulate this AC line out the way. Seems like it's a little bigger of an AC line than what we're accustomed to. I'm gonna take this off. I don't want to break anything with the map sensor, which is this connection or connector sensor up here. It can break this titty that comes off the hose, and this goes to the intake manifold. So I'm gonna get a pair of pliers, 10 milli. I'm gonna take all these out. Okay, see how those just stayed in? No big deal. I'm gonna try not to drain the coolant. Shouldn't have to, but I see all this extra nonsense. Looks like fuel return, maybe. I don't know what they exactly have installed on here, but some of the stuff I don't think is necessary. All right, risk right here. I don't want to bust that. We'll just leave this kind of just sitting here out of the way. All right, we're getting closer. This is kind of a pain. Wish that wasn't in my way. All right, they had that clipped. They had that clipped in. That's cool. Okay, we got a floppy coolant hose. Let's go ahead and take the oil fill off. I'm gonna have big Texas tweezers. Do something like this. Sometimes these are real snotty, and you can take it off by hand, just like I did there. See what kind of O-ring we got. Okay. 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 All right, we don't want anything to fall down in that hole. So I got a, what is that from? Turbo or something? Something off of 6.7. But that kind of fit perfect right in the hole. All right. We have some fuel injector harness tethers onto the valve cover bolt studs. I'm gonna pop those off. Those are usually busted. All right. What I usually do with the coolant line here is just a piece of plastic coming off the cowl. I'll kind of do something looking like that. All right, what I did just now is I moved the glow plug harness and the relay up over here, kind of almost under where the hot side charge pipe connects to the turbo. Kind of fit in there real well. Come back with your trim tool, and you're gonna pop these little plastic guys off, tethering the engine harness and the glow plug harness to valve cover stud. And those are going to go back on. Okay, we have one right here on this stud. Kind of just walk it up. And then we have one directly behind the secondary alternator. We need some lumens. Yep, right. There we go. Bingo. All right, glow plug connection. We will need to take that off. I guess I could have did that. Looks like they've been replaced. Fresh connector right there. I did see those on the invoice, so I do remember that. All right, so that leaves us the plate that the glow plug stuff was bolted to. They're all 10 millis. Let's see if we can go ahead and bust these loose. All right, there should be a nut right down here on this bottom stud, but it looks like maybe Mikey forgot it. Bracket coming off right there. All right, the next thing we have to take off is the 10 mil nut that is holding the dipstick indicator on, and it is not the same size nut. Well, it is a 10 mil, but the washer head on it is way bigger. Let's see if we can get down in here. This freaking coolant thing's in my way. All right, 10 milli. I think I'm gonna have to use an extension, but I haven't been able to use my long neck in a situation such as this, and nope, it won't go down there. All right, I'm going for the long extension. Gonna be a crappy angle, but I'm on. See if we can bust it loose. Sometimes it'll bust the bolt loose. And it looks like we just got the nut. That's it. This is what I mean, 2 different size nuts, and amen for Bill and his team for putting the right one where it's supposed to go. This is the bracket, glow plug, module hold down, and this is just for the trans dipstick tube. Rock on. Then I'm gonna pull this right off of the stud, and I'm just gonna leave it sitting here. Actually, if you take the trans dipstick tube and kind of go on the other side of the AC line, just push it through, it completely gets it out of your way. So this is all we're looking at right here. If you guys can visualize, this cover has to come out, and then we got to take one more piece out underneath it, the manifold that goes on top of all the injectors, and then we'll be there. All right, so the whole sole reason why I started with Milwaukee's was Diesel Tech Ron and him doing Econoline valve covers or injectors, and that was his setup, and that is going to be my setup. We got a bunch of 12 millis. Bust these 12 millis out. Yeah, they probably used the gun on those. Cab off. Yeah, I would have run them down. All right, this is one of the things that kind of suck about doing injectors, is now we have to go through something like this to get these bolts that are on. Oh, come on, baby. The belly side. Oh my goodness. That mug was rusted. Kind of a pain. This is what I'm doing. Kind of a pain in the ass. Oh, that's working the phalanges today, bruh. Definitely rusted. All right, that should be good enough. Let's see if we can rip this thing out. Then my arm's got to go further, and you got to get the stud bolt out first that the trans dipstick tube bolts to, and then sometimes you fight this rubber grommet that's on the bolt. All right, last one, all the way in the back. Here we go. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm wiggling around all over the place. You see that? All right, here we go. Busting it loose. Man. Oh, and I forgot a gasket on that one up here. All right. That one seems a little freer than the last one. So, all right, let's see if we can pull this bolt out. Seems like the bolt's forever. Oh, there it is. All right. Oh, my ribs. Okay. I don't want to lose that rubber grommet. What bolt's missing it? I didn't notice. Ah, there it is, right there. Let's get this puppy back on. Boom. Boom. Button undone. Button tight. Okay. Valve cover. Valve cover. Valve cover's loose. All the bolts are out. Yep. Okay, there it is. Dual alternator. Gonna be kind of a pain with this thing here. Might need two hands. I've never 6.0 planted my phone. I think that's secure. Alright, let's see if we can just get the valve cover off first, and then I'll worry about the gasket. Okay, I'm fighting this clamp right here. Okay, that clamp's catching me. Okay, we're up and off the engine. Now we got to get around the coolant line here. This is going to be a puzzle. Mind you, I did not disconnect the coolant. There we go. All right, the next is the valve cover gasket, which is reusable. All right, now we need to take the standpipe loose, which I'll show you. All right, we need to take this plug out and separate the two because we have to come out. And looks like they had the original bolts holding the manifold down. All right, I wound up grabbing a 12 mil Allen bit and my long Cornwelly. I'll bust this loose. All right, there we go. All right, let me get my other 12 on. Now that we broke it loose. Have any of you guys brought your truck to Power Stroke Specialty? I don't know anybody else besides this customer that has been there, so I know there were some communication problems between, I don't know, either the advisor or Bill or something. I didn't get into it. Alright, there it is. Still stuck down in the cylinder head, so that's good. O-rings, checking the O-rings. O-rings are good. Alright, the last thing we have to do before we pull this manifold off is get this fuel injector out of its bore. And I'm going to push that in like that. And I'm going to pop the injector off like that. And then there is a tool. I'll have to look it up. I'm not sure what the number is offhand, but the tool looks similar to this. And I am going to push the fingers all around, and that pushes right through the rocker box. All right, now we have to go through. This is going to be kind of crucial. I'm going to take all these out and then we'll pull the log off. We have 9 of these fasteners going all the way around, and the tool setup you're going to use for over here, because you can't get your electrics, is going to be something like, where's it at? Like this. That's what you got to use. It just stays like that because that's my 6L. All right, I've gotten all 9 bolts out, and the manifold's the last thing to come out, and it's heavy. and it's going to leak oil all over the place, and you are going to need to kind of just pry it up off of its seat. Don't hit the alternator, but kind of something like, I hate dual alternators on 6.0s. Oh, I moved it. There we go. Okay, now it's up off of its, or out of the injectors per se, and I'm gonna need 2 hands to take this out because I'm gonna have to juggle this, and it's gonna have to come out right through here, and I don't want to leak any oil, so I'm gonna get a bunch of, maybe I'll get a fender cover and kind of lay this down over here, and then we're gonna go over to the bench. All right, here we go. Dirty fender cover. Kind of leave that like that, and it is loose. Okay, it's totally out of the injectors. Now it's just gonna leak oil freaking everywhere. But that's what it does. So sorry. Truly. You guys know how I don't like to make messes. But here's the oil log. Alright. Alright, let's check it. Injector number 5, right there. Here's the connector, right there. I like to leave that right there so that when I'm loosening, I can pull. I have some good swinging room. I won't hit that connector. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can do this. We need the Diesel Tech Ron. Got it. 6.0 T40 custom length. We're on loosen. Let's see if we can do it. See if we can do it. Just like riding a bike, we're in the hole, breaking it loose. Oh, there we go. Okay, watch the injector come up. I'm gonna float my tool right there in the hole. Okay, injector up. Now I take this out. I'm going to use my middle finger, and I'm putting my middle finger in the bolt head, and we're going to pull the injector out just like this. And there it is. Right there. A little oily. Smells fuely. Looks all right. 6.0s, I don't really have to blow out the cylinders. We have 4 valves per cylinder on this, and usually I'll get a couple of bumps, a couple of turnover on the engine, and I'll get the vehicle to turn over, and it'll be just fine. So let's get the new fuel injector right here. Core charge, do not throw away. Right there. And that's the part number, just like I was telling you guys. Let's reverse the removal process. Where's the end of it? Oh, there it is. We're going to torque this at 24 footies. Don't put this in the truck. Take it off the injector. Everything looks okay. All right, we have to get the hold down. Hold down. Oh, did I take the hold down with me? No, I'm losing my mind. All right, hold down right there. And it's gonna go in the same way. In fact, let's do a little of this. Do a little. It has some like shipping oil already on this thing, but why not get this thing to go in here good. We'll put that away later. Oh yeah. Get this O-ring. Oh yeah. Now we put this in the exact same way we took it out, and let's move this back. up on the truck. Let's get it down in here. Okay. I feel it in. It's seated down. I'm just going to stick the injector connector in here. I'm not going to push it up just yet. Get it nice and straight. All right. Injector in. Feels like it's centered in its bore. All right, let's go ahead and tighten this puppy down. There we go. Just like riding a bike. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. Okay, I'm gonna give it a couple of tightens. That's almost about 24. Let's go get the torque wrench. Ooh, I totally missed that. All right, we're at 24 footies. I'm gonna go through like this to get just a little more swinging room. See if I can get it in here first. Come on. Come on. Come on, one-handed man. It's right there. Crickets. Oh, I got it. Okay. That was one turn. Boom. 24 footies. That was pretty close. All right. Now, what you must do is I kind of go something like this against this square, and I'll push against and kind of, ooh, that meant that was nice and clean. Good job, Billy boy. Go ahead and snap that connector down. You don't want to put the valve cover on and then connect this and not have this seated all the way and have to pull the freaking valve cover back off, because that would freaking suck. Here's the standpipe. So that's good that that stayed in there. And now I'll save you guys the boredom. Let me put this thing back together, and the best part is going to be cranking it up and seeing if we fix it, right? Let's do it. All right, we are all done. Just swapped gloves. I had a bunch of holiness going on. But yeah, didn't take long to get it put back together. I've done this so many times. These 6.0s hold a special place to my heart. This is what I grew up on. This is what I mean, I grew up on 7.3s, but really getting into the game when the 6.0s came out and all the different variations and so forth. I haven't done anything. I just put all the tools away. I'm gonna have to brake clean the belly side of the passenger side of the engine. But let's try starting this a different way. Let's turn the key on. Gonna get the cylinder head to fill up with fuel. Those two O-rings right here are separating the fuel window. Fuel is supposed to only go through that hole. So right now we're filling up that whole log. So I pulled that fuel injector out. All that fuel would have went right into that cylinder. So I'm gonna come over here, and you're gonna find this connector. Right here, you squeeze the two sides together and you can pull it off. And this is another way for you to start your 6.4 or 7.3. Let me turn the key on one more time. And all we had was one injector. I tried not to dump a lot of the oil out of the log, so it's going to be primed. You can hear it. Sounds crisp, sounds uniform. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is it's gonna be fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. You can hear that hydraulic sound start to change as that log fills up with oil. All right, plug this back in. Got a little bit of smoke. Gonna let this settle down. It's got some air in the high pressure oil system. Okay. We'll be able to hear that reverb off the wall. I'll let it stabilize here. You can listen off the wall. No more smoke. All right, we're gonna have to take this thing for a ride, get some of that air purged out. Oh yeah, still got a little bit of a miss, but that's gonna go away with some pedal to the metal. Get that high pressure oil air out and get this thing back on the road. If you guys have ever had your vehicle taken to Power Truck Specialty or Bill Hewitt down in Buford, Georgia, let me know. I want to see how your experience was, what they did to your truck, because this truck, they did a heck of a lot of work, and my first impressions, it looks good. Everything's nice and neat and where it's supposed to be. Tell me what you guys think. I appreciate you for watching. Remember to like, comment, sub, share, and I'll catch you guys all next time. See ya! Come on, I gotta show you guys the power balance, right? Look at that. No more number 5. See you later. If you guys want to know what a misfire looks like, here is what cylinder number 5 looked like when it wasn't producing any power. And you can hear the sound of it. It doesn't sound crisp. When it's crisp, you can jam.